Alright, so, since can't do our normal stuff, we're doing another Let's Play of an old school game. Here we have the game called Covert Action, which is another one of the Microprose's early hits. It's actually 4 games in one. Here we create a new character. It could be a male or female, it doesn't really matter what, the only thing that affects is your CIA contact, as well as your player character model in-game. It's about it. Don't really care about code names, but you can put whatever, honestly. I think, let's see. And there's your character limit for said game, see? Just delete that, because I don't really care for one. And you have the difficulty levels. Now, as you can tell, these are all pretty self-explanatory. Local disturbance is the easiest one. National threat is intermediate. Well, let's see. I'm trying to think of the best analogy to modern games. I think this would be easy. This would be easy, normal, hard, very hard. And that global crisis, everything changes at this level. You get to see the most threatening terrorist plots, and things like straight up bombings, assassinations, super drugs, all sorts of crazy shit. Since this is just a casual game, we'll go to local disturbance in a moment. Just need to answer something on Discord and I'll be right along. Okay, so difficulty also affects how many quiz you get per starting out, how easy it is to find all the threats and everything, and whether or not you get random events. At the national threat, if I remember correctly, at national threat or regional conflict, you start seeing new missions where you can actually get attacked while investigating an agent hideout. Like if you leave the area too early, bam, you get jumped on. And you can also find out where they came from. And you also start seeing jailbreaks at regional conflict and global crisis, which, if the agent is important enough, can actually ruin your investigation. So you gotta defend it. Alright, now we have the special mini games. You got the combat, which is where 90% of your actual gameplay is going to be taking place in. Got driving, which is you can easily play the game and never have to do the driving mini game. Now, cryptography and electronics, these two are actually much more important. Electronics are for your wiretappings, and as well as installing tracers on cars. And cryptography is pretty much where you really want to focus on, because this is where you can actually get the smoking gun evidence, messages between agents. Since this is on the global crisis, I would actually recommend maximizing combat, because most of your gameplay will be in that area. But for here, we'll just do, as you see, it brings it up a level. You can only prove a skill 4 times, and it's across each skill. You get 4 abilities. You get 4 abilities, 4 low skill points is one way to put it, and you can only put it you can only do it 4 times. So you can take 1 skill to maximum, or you can just do an even spread. Depending on difficulty, it's usually better just to do max out combat than whatever you want to do next. On on the harder difficulty levels, electronics is a nightmare. There's no point in messing with it. It's easier to just maximize combat and cryptography, because at least then you could have it says gaming it. And here we got the mission briefing. This is always the first one, no matter the difficulty level. It's it's kind of easy, crazy. It's just an easy one. And here we got the President of the United States wanting you to go after people that might be trying to steal his stuff. Hey, look at it. And you serve as a mercenary agent, so to speak. The FLN. Okay, so there are 3 different theaters of operation. Here we got Central America. And this is actually an older version. I'm not sure why it's like this, but you can just ignore it. So now we move on. And here we have the quiz. It tells you where important named the streets are. They are always random. Blueprint Inspector, which means we need to go take a look at, let's see, North Avenue 50 in Tel Aviv. And here we have a message intercepted. We can decode it right away and see if we can get some important information. And here we got a lot more information because we are playing on lowest difficulty. And now we know where he's at. But we do not know. May not actually know where the mercenaries' locations are in Tel Aviv. Ah, FLN has a hideout here. And we have a mercenaries' location. We could actually break into there and go get his location. But first, let's check the organization summaries. Let's see. We do not know where the mercenaries are located in Tel Aviv. So we can break into here and get that location because it's very, very obvious he is part of the plot. On higher difficulty levels, you will not see. You will actually get red herrings, but I think it's like incredibly rare. I've never actually seen a red herring. And I'm not sure what kind of conditions are needed to see one actually show up. Okay, so now we back out and let's take a look at. Let's go to the CIA office. Now, going anywhere will take time off from your case. It's kind of like the old school Carmen Sandiego games where you had a limited amount of time. Here it's about the same, but you can actually extend it depending on the status of the plot. Now we have coded messages, and we have one here. Now, let's see. This is receiving from the FON. So, if somebody inside the FON organization is sending out messages. Most likely, it is the plot leader. You can press F1 in order to get some clues on what letters to replace. Most of this is basically, a cipher, like Al Bhed in Final Fantasy X. Here we can see K is obviously going to be T. You can press R and get this. See, look at this. Now, let's take a look at this. As you can see, a word is forming around mercenaries next to KRA on the top row. Whoops. Let's see. Y is brethren. Okay, that brings up brethren. Now, it's looking a little bit weird. You gotta keep replacing words until you figure out what's what. Ah, here's one. Success over here in, I think, what's that, row 5? Whatever. Ah! No, it is slowly coming together. Ah, here it is. Schedule. Ah. The FON is ready to reward somebody. Now, some of these phrases are, kind of filler, but it'll show you the important parts once you get it decoded enough. And here it is. Message has been decoded. As you can see here, is the dedicated brethren of the mercenaries being saluted. And let's see, our sympathizers can be found everywhere. We are confident your work in Tel Aviv will continue on schedule. FON is ready to reward for success. So that means the FON is backing this plot. Interesting. You are required to floor plan blueprints. Oh, so they're going after the U.S. Embassy and being told to deliver it. Now we have smoking gun evidence for this guy. Aha! Here it is. Hector sent to. Oh, that means, and we have an agent right here in Washington, which means we go beat his ass. Honestly, we're going to go in. We're going to arrest him, and we're also going to look around for more information on who might be the head of this. So, you'll see how in a moment. Meanwhile, you gotta answer something on Discord again. Okay. Where is there? You are. There's that message. All right, now we move on. So now we know 2 people are involved in this plot. Ralph Hansen, a member of the mercenaries in Tel Aviv, and we have Hector Santos, a member of the FON in Washington. Woohoo! We can arrest right away. So we leave here. And since we don't know where the mercenaries are in Tel Aviv, we'll have to break into here at some point. But first, let's go get this guy. Break in. We do not need to place a wiretap or well. We can watch the building in order to trace him or arrest him on the road, but it's almost always better just to break in. So here we got our kit. This is a standard issue. You got your Uzi for in case shit goes foul. You got your motion detector so you can take a look and see what's going on. You got the Kevlar armor, which gives you 2 extra hit points. You got the safe cracking kit because you want to be able to break in and crack safes. Floor safes has some of the most juicy information in the game, and you need a camera in order to use it to take photos. Yeah, I know it's weird logic, but dims the brakes. Here we got a chair, table. Now, if we had bug equipment, we could actually put in. Whoops, let me pause this. Okay, if we had bug equipment, we could actually put bugs inside some certain icons on here, like a picture or a typewriter or certain couches or chairs. There's actually a lot more depth to this than you might imagine. Now we keep moving around. See, typewriter. Photos. Now we're looking for the agent. Now he could be anywhere in here. If you get a floor map acquired from a floor safe, you can actually find out where he's at and make your movements appropriately. Now let's see. Oh, okay. So there, he received another message. We'll have to decode that when we get back, assuming he doesn't give it up here. And here we found a guard. We actually took his disguise, like fucking Metal Gear. Okay, so Agent A, whenever you see Agent A, that means that is the mastermind of the plot. And whoever is currently, masterminding the crimes that you're investigating. You're ostensibly investigating the chain of each crime. You can actually stop the chain from reaching its conclusion by arresting the mastermind early on. So Agent A has been spotted in Miami, and he is the one we will be hunting. So he's the mastermind of the Amazon cartel. We'll just get right here, do this. Oh, and since we know he receives a message from someone in Amazon cartel in Miami, we know he got orders from the mastermind. If we can just get Agent A's name, which I forget, we can actually get some information. Yep, and here's the mastermind, your agent. If you go in here in disguise and you do not actually, take care to stay away from him, he will recognize you because he knows his guards. And now we have an arrest. But since it's a little difficult, we'll just do a little more exploring. Oh, and then we got a gas mask, which means if we get some gas grenades. Oh, and we are looking for Franco de la Rosa. Aha. Now it's the mastermind because he is Agent A. Which means we need to go find the Amazon cartels. We can, yes, here we have the computers. Let me pause this again. Okay, so we have computers which allow you to access the information network in the agent's hideout. The passwords reset each time you go in and out of the building. So you have to find enough computers to guess the password and successfully guess it. If you fail 3 times, it resets. Yep, and here we go. Personnel file. Very nice. And here we have Miami, which suggests that there is activity here. Since we know the mastermind is there, Yeah, it's redundant, but you want to do this anyway because on higher difficulty levels, this is your primary information. You will be breaking in constantly on anywhere you think might have a clue. And we got another one down. Now here we're taking a long way around, just exploring, see if we can finish the rest of the computer network. Oh, here's another computer. Ralph Hansen. Now on higher difficulty levels, you're going to be dealing with a lot more guards. Oh, and alert's down. But they'll come back up in a moment. Because they're constantly responding and they know the agent's gone. Okay, so we have no more computers in here. We cannot decode the network right now. Alright, let me think. I'm trying to think. I don't think I can do this because some of the passwords are kind of thematic and everything. Like payoff, drugs. But it feels like a really shitty hangman. And it's really hard for me to tell which one this is because I'm not actually sure. But it's okay. Take him down. Unfortunately, you're using less than lethal ammo. Go figure how they figured out how to made that one back in the 1990s. That little boom there is a frag grenade that was detonated elsewhere. Anyway, let's get out of here. We got what we wanted. We got the agent. We got some critical information. We know who the mastermind is. We know they sent him an order. Now, okay. On higher difficulty levels, you would have to decode the message before he confesses. If you do not do that, then he'll just pretend he saw nothing. No collusion and all that. Yeah, but since we're playing on the lowest difficulty level, he will give up the information. And here here it is, identified positively as the mastermind. Huh. Been playing this game for like 29 years and I never noticed there was a typo there. Go figure. Learn something new every day. And this is the one we actually did decode earlier, which, assuming we were playing on higher difficulty levels, would have been enough to get him. We only needed one piece of evidence in order to make a successful arrest. Now, let me see. What am I trying to remember? Okay, yes, here we have another one he turned in. And look at that. Let me see. Let's take a look at the organization summaries again. Okay, so we need to go to... actually, okay. So, okay, here are the theater operations we have. We have part of North America and Central America. As you can see here, most of these are actually in Latin America, with a couple in South America, such as Rio de Janeiro. I can't pronounce that. Yeah, got Medellin here, which is just at the tail end of Central America. I believe it is actually considered part of South America, not Latin America or Central America. You got Bogota over here. You got Caracas. You can actually go to Havana during Fidel Castro's reign, so that's weird. And in London and Tel Aviv are almost always included. Despite being in Central America, literally across the world, you still somehow want to go over all the way to Israel. So it's weird. But you'll always have access to Washington, And I think I always have access to Los Angeles, but you always have access to Tel Aviv, London, and Washington, no matter which theater you're in. And depending on what theater it is, you actually see different agents. For example, you'll not see the Stasi, who are associated with the European areas, if you're doing missions in Central America. So on the flip side, you also not see the Central American or South American organizations if you're doing missions in Africa or Europe. And once you arrest the masterminds of all of the region's heads, you will no longer receive missions in that region. So if you arrest everybody here that's in South America and Central America, you will never see them again out in Europe or Africa. You may see rogue agents of theirs, but you will not see the mastermind. So now we know we need to go to Miami. Now every plane trip takes time. Depending on how far away, it could be like 1 or 2 hours, maybe 3. Since we're staying within America, it's about 3. And as you can see here, each as you can see in the lower right, each city has a thematic little picture depicting that city's theme. With here, you could see a fast car, a beach, high rises, and the two little dudes look like they're meant to be Miami Vice references. And this is a game that was set in 1990, so yeah, it's really close to being Miami Vice jokes. Okay, so we are now in Miami. We know we're hunting the mastermind. We could actually stop the plot right here in its tracks by taking him down as soon as possible. And we know he is part of the Amazon cartel, and he's in Miami. So we need to find Amazon cartel. Now, higher difficulty levels, you need to actually find an allied agent to the organization, or go to a different city that has organizations. Has an organization already known inside it, and then go to break in and look around until you find information about the target city you want to go to. So we're going to go here to Dignity Battalion. We'll break in, and we're just going to explore around, look for any kind of computers or anything where we can find out where the Amazon cartel is. Oh, here's a computer right here. Nice. We'll also get some information while we're at it. Okay, so we have begins with an A. Name's a 7-level word. It's gonna be a little bit. Oh, here we go. Gas grenades and 2 computers. This ought to help. I think. Okay, this is acquire. And here we go. We got what we needed. We can get out of here now, actually, and not raise any alarms. That's a Interpol bulletin, which you can review here later. Okay, so the FON has acquired alarm disables. Since we're about to take down the mastermind, we'll get all the information we need. Now we go to hideout. Sorry about that, a little bit of a coughing fit. Alright, so okay, place a wiretap and get some more information, but we already know who's in here. Something to note is masterminds will never leave their hideout. You have to break in order to get a mastermind. You can follow and arrest everybody else via vehicular arrest, but you can never ever arrest a mastermind this way. So we're breaking in, and let's go. Okay, now this is where the motion detector comes in really handy, because when you break into a mastermind hideout, the guards will actually start at his location the mastermind's location, and then they'll fan out. So if you do that, you can actually get a good idea of where the mastermind is. You generally don't want to stop. You do not want to, drop in right on top of the mastermind if you can avoid it. Hence the multiple doors. So you gotta be careful. I think he's gonna be near door number 1, so I'm gonna go door number 2. Oh, fuck me, he's right next to it. I should have chosen the other way. Throw grenades. This is why you want to have the Kevlar when you do a heavy raid like this. And now we have the mastermind. And here we have the floor plan, which is a really great asset because now we have all this information to work with. Alright. So now we have the floor plan. And here we can see there's actually, if you look at the lower left part of the mini map as well as just above it, you can see there's more orange icons, which means more floor saves. As well as 1 to 2 rooms above that one, near the upper left. And since we have the floor plan, if we come back to the location later, we can keep raiding and get more items and all that. But we already had the mastermind, we already got the floor plan, we already got everything we need. And here we have no Amazon cartel are involved in this one, other than the mastermind. Oh, and Havana has the alarm bypass. So now we're getting the hell out of here because we've got everything we could possibly need. Alrighty, so we had to, he'll deny. Okay, here's a pro tip for arresting the mastermind. If you know he's the mastermind, as in his role has been uncovered as the mastermind, he can deny all he wants, but you'll automatically arrest and convict him. So it doesn't matter as long as you have already know he's the mastermind. It's kind of a weird thing. Yep, and here it is. Mastermind breaks down, and you get information on everybody. Yep. Hey, look at this. Since this is just a small theft, there's only a few people needed, and the CIA chief gives you a big old thumbs up for this. Yep, and unfortunately we took too long and we lost the chance to get somebody. Once somebody goes into hiding, you'll never be able to get them out. Rarely they can come out of hiding, but I've never seen it happen. The game manual, it says they can, but I've never seen it. I think we've lost everybody. Let's see. Yep, the people in Tel Aviv are gone, but we can still get the alarm specialist, so we'll try that. As you can see with the Havana icon, we see a poster of Fidel. And since we are breaking into a building which has a plot item inside it, we will see guards fanning out around it, just like the mastermind. Just like with mastermind, it's a great way to determine, get a feeling of where they're at. Oof! Take a hit there. You can melee somebody by walking over them, and it counts as one hit towards you if you get hit by it. Well, okay, if you melee somebody, you're gonna take damage. There's no way around it. So you gotta judge whether or not it's worth it sometimes. Now let's get out of here. Yeah, that was the last room. Alright, we are out. Unfortunately, I think that's the last one that's still out there. And here's the victory music. Rather, this is you play this music regardless of whether or not you successfully stop the case. Usually the researcher doesn't shit the bed like that, nor does the thief. If you get to the mastermind first, as well as after the organizer, so that's very unusual. And your efficiency rating depends on what kind of mission success you get. To get the highest score, you have to play on the highest difficulties in order to see stuff like. Okay, well, I'll explain it at the moment. Okay, so there's 4 different ones. If you do really, really badly, you end up going to the laundromat to cool off after the case. So that's the worst one. The second worst one is the secretarial pool. The third, okay, and second worst, actually, let's start over. The worst one you can get is the laundromat said. The next best one is this one, the secretarial pool. The second best one is a beach vacation trip. And the best one is casino. Because what would a game that's lets you play James Bond be without a casino trip? But to get that, you have to get maximum score. And here you can see how many which masterminds you've arrested, as well as how many agents you've got in total, as well as your case history. And you get promoted big time. I don't think there's actually any reason to. I think the rank is kind of just it's not really important. And here, okay, every time you arrest a mastermind, you can change the difficulty level. As well as each game, save, continue, or end the game. Now this is just a generic mastermind thing right here, this little intro. The mastermind always ends up being someone different each time. It's just part of the chain. Okay, so now we are going to Africa and the Middle East, which means we will see areas like remember correctly, we will see Istanbul, major cities, and we are looking for the Red September most likely. On higher difficulty levels, you have to deal with stuff like double agents, which can be a bitch to trace. Which usually requires some real safe scumming. Okay, so Albus Grab sounds like a German name or maybe Dutch. So it's honestly, all this is just weird. Like random RNG. It can be just all over the place. So once we get through all the clues. Okay, the Red September has somebody right here. Interesting. Now, I bet you anything it's the same place as the Obs and Grab 26. Let's just place a wiretap. Get a little information. If you're in an unknown building, you can place a wiretap in order to get some more information on it. It'll ID it for you. You have to get at least one working phone on there. Okay, so we got a message to decode, so we'll do that. Oh, Stasi hideout. Ooh. Some of these are actually based on real world organizations. The Stasi, if I remember correctly, was based on the East German counterintelligence service, which was called the Stasi, with one extra S instead of what we just saw here. See, in here it's got 3 S's. The real world version had 2. So let's go take a look here. Decode the message. So we got an agent receiving something from somebody in Baghdad. Hold on a moment. Terrorists from Baghdad being investigated. Oh, god damn it! This is a little bit about 10 years early for that fucking Iraq WMD's joke, ain't it? Here we go again. Let's see. Oh, okay. I think I'm seeing word right here. I think this. I think I is R here. I think E is O here. Okay, so we see from it's shown up twice because you can see, look at A, I, E, L, and it's here twice at least. Okay, the last word is operation. I can see it from here. Aha, we can see Red September showing up. Okay, last word down there is assisting. Okay, so we are looking. It looks like it's about a it's a prison break plot. And here it is. So, it's someone telling another person your support is essential. The struggle in Baghdad advances from triumph to victory. So that means some conflict inside Baghdad is almost there to victory. So, it's a prison break for someone called Carlos the Hyena. A helicopter pilot and inside intelligence will be supplied, and the Rep September may be assisting. Interesting. So Carlos the Hyena is probably meant to be based on Carlos the Jackal. If I remember correctly, that was an actual real-world terrorist. He may have been a sniper. So let me go look on Wiki real quick. And apparently I got more Discord messages to answer. So let me take a look at this. Wiki. Carlos the Jackal. This was, in fact, okay. Oh, he's actually alive. He's a Venezuelan terrorist. So, okay, he murdered a French government informant back in the 1970s. And he's involved in terror attacks in France. Ooh, wow. Marxist-Leninist, okay. He was a political terrorist. So Carlos the Hyena here is based off of Carlos the Jackal. Interesting. And he's serving a life sentence. Alright, so now do we have it decoded? Okay, so someone, Lisa Hansen in why? Oh, wait, are they going to do the jailbreak in Washington? Interesting. So we need to find out who Lisa Hansen is. I bet you she is part of the Stasi. Let's take a look at the. Let's see. Where was the Cozian? Let's take a look at Albans Grab. Aha! I bet you this. Yep, and look at that. Lisa Hansen is identified as it. So now we know we need to go break in. Let's just roll up. We now know we gotta get it over here. Usual stuff, because we we want to look at see if we can't get any extra information. Agent F. Oh, we are getting just oodles and oodles of information while we're here. Oh shit! MI6 mole. Okay, so if you're not familiar, okay, there are, let's see, 4 real-world intelligence agencies that are depicted in this game. CIA, which is what you're part of. The MI6, which is the British intelligence service. Then you got the Mossad, which is the Israeli one, and you got the KGB, which is the Russian one. Now, in context of this game, I believe the Russia depicted in it was actually the Russian Federation and not the Soviet Union. So it's kind of, it's kind of like Archer, where it mixes a little bit of, muddies things a bit. But I believe it's meant to be Russian Federation in the game, but it still employs the KGB. Now, let me see. The KGB, if I remember correctly, the KGB were actually disbanded when the Soviet fell. Yes, when the Soviet Union was dissolved, the KGB ended. So it treats the KGB as still existing, but I believe it's supposed to be the Russian Federation at this point. It starts off in 1990, so it's kind of in the fall of the Soviet Union. It could still be the Soviet Union for all I know. I don't know. But now we know. That's a little history lesson. Now we know we need to go break into the MI6 building. We will always know where the MI6 and Mossad and I think always the KGB buildings. Come on, show yourself. Gas mask? Cool. My, it's so easy to clean up here. Another guard to take down. And we are taking a long way around to find him this time. The floor is... Oh, Bobby Merrick. Okay, I know that name. That is a mastermind for Red Battalion. So we'll just have to plug it in at some point. Since we have the gas mask, we could drop gas grenades right on top of us. And there she is. Need to find more computers. There's 2 different types of computers. The one is the one next to the safe, and the one next to that chair, which is the one you can actually get passwords from. The other one is meant to be used for bugs. So we're just going to keep looking around here for a bit longer. Ah, here we go. I can't quite place the word yet. Ah, frequency. Aha! Okay, so once you get a name like that, when you pull up a all right, so on the lowest difficulty levels, the computer networks work weirdly. Here, if you go into break into an unrelated organization and you pull this up, and when you have a role of unknown, that means they are most likely the mastermind. So we need to go to cartoon at some point. All right. On higher difficulty levels, if you do that trick, you cannot actually get any information. You will not find any information about them in the computer network. You would have to figure out the name, and then the organization and to break into that organization's network in order to get some more information about them. But now we know the Red Battalion are involved, and we gotta go find them. Khartoum. All right, so we got what we wanted. MI6. Let's just keep moving. And here we have, just like last time, we have this. Okay, so Red Battalion in Baghdad. All right. Let's take a look at the summary. Red September has a hideout here, yes. Organization, Red Battalion. Okay, so they have an agent in Beirut and a hideout in Athens. Which means we need to, You know, I actually showed you the electronics minigame, so here we have the Red September hideout. Let's see, Red Battalion. Okay, we have an ID for him. Let's see. I think go judge by the skin tone in the black and white photograph. He's probably light skinned. Probably has blonde hair. They don't provide you. Unfortunately, they'll provide you color photos. So you got to deal what you got. You got to do what you can with what you got. Oh crap! This is not what I wanted. I don't know what I'm thinking. Okay. So. I honestly kind of just brain farted. What I wanted to do was watch the building. Okay, this is not our guy. Not our guy. This is our guy. Oh, it's kind of like a puzzle. You need to be careful on which ones you open up. Because the wrong one and you could end up getting a deep and there it is. Shit. The wrong one and you could mess up like that. And you can set off alarms at the agent location too. And here he is leaving again. So we're going to try again to get him. Because we really need to get this Red Battalion location. I was never really good at the electronics, so a lot of this is kind of, out there. Ooh. Really need one of these over here. And there we go. I used to understand this a lot better, but it's been so long. and the guards are suspecting. So we have this to work with. We only need to tap one phone. The Muslim Jihad. Okay. Now a lot of these are generic, especially considering today. But I think going by the time. Oh, geez, I'm trying to remember. I don't think that Muslim Jihad was based off Al Qaeda or anything like that. Because I don't think Al Qaeda became big until the 1993 bombings. Oh, this is Stasi hideout, so no point in being here. We got bamboozled. Dun 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 dun. Do 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 do. All right, so we're breaking in. We actually broke in earlier. We do our usual kit. And we got we got a smoking gun on him. Oh, so much more. Now, I think judging by the amount of characters in... Yep, this is floor. Damn. Okay, so sometimes the organization will not actually have any operatives inside of the city, so you have to go to a city they're known to have people in. Oh, and here's the floor plan. Now we know where everybody's at. Okay, we're going to have to go back around. That was weird. Gas mask again. Now, sometimes if you open up a floor safe, you can actually find incriminating photos on the agent that's assigned to that building, which means you could actually turn them, and they become a double agent for you. Turning an agent gives you twice the points. You can turn any agent except the mastermind. And it's also a key to how you get the big enough scores at the end in order to get the casino ending. Rather than the casino celebration. Alright, so go through this. We've already done some of this first, so okay, so yep, is to tell you if you're in a city with an agent that's known everything to you, they'll tell you go arrest them. Otherwise, they'll tell you to look around for them. If you're in a city with an agent and they're kind of suspicious, they'll tell you to go look for information on them. Alright, that had to be done. Alright, so now we're doing this. We got there because we go. Okay, so we went to the CIA building because we arrested somebody. Every time you arrest somebody, you'll always go back to the CIA building. Now we're breaking the MI6. You know, there's something to be said here about, you know, a CIA agent breaking into a friendly agency's or building. Here we are looking for the agent again. And hopefully we can find some more floor safes. See if we can't get another chance at turning somebody. Oh, there's the agent. Not every agent can be turned. Because, well, okay, so, but what I mean by that is, every agent can theoretically be turned. However, if a floor safe does not spawn, the chance of that happening is very, very low, because as far as I know, you cannot turn an agent without the floor safe. So if you get a building with a floor safe, and one way to game it is to save the game, and then keep loading and reloading and going in and breaking in and taking photos of the floor safe until you get the pop-up saying you found incriminating evidence. If you keep doing that, then you can actually turn and kind of metagame your way to a top score. But this is just a casual game, so we're not doing that. Let's see, cartoon. Bag that's across there. Let's see what's close to. As you see here, this is Africa and the Middle East, but we still see some European locations, mostly London, Tel Aviv, and Paris. So we're actually going to go straight to cartoon because we want to get the mastermind before they go into hiding. Okay, so news bulletin came up. Let's take a look. Oh shit, the kidnapping has gone through, which means we need to break in and find the red battalion so we can get the mastermind and get all the info we need. We may not be able to find the helicopter pilot in time. Who knows? But we got the extractor early on, so that's going to be a problem. There we go. Okay. I can't place this one yet. I think it's baffled, but I want to be sure. Need to find another computer. Not that way. Could also be muffled for all I know. Okay, let's keep moving going. Let's keep going. Took a hit. I think it is baffled. Aha! And now we have the information we need to go find a mastermind. Sweet floor pan. Out of here. Okay, sometimes if you take enough take enough damage, you get this screen. Where it's kind of random how many... I'm not sure what the formula is. Dun dun. Now, interestingly enough, there is no information for the... Okay, we did break in, right? Masterminds always have the rank of mastermind. Okay, white grenades are stun grenades. They don't call them that, but they're probably meant to be flashbangs. And if you break into the mastermind's computer, you can actually get all the information you need on her. Jumping around, getting out of here. And more going into hiding, unfortunately. Okay, back to Washington. Hmm. Wow, almost all of them were in Washington. I should have stayed here a bit. Okay, let's see. Organization. Who are they allied with? Stasi, PFL, Libyan Embassy, okay. It's September, Revolutionary Guards, Marxists, Red Battalion. Okay, and I think he just went, yep. Unfortunately, we couldn't find the last one in time. Just skip on through this. Yeah, we got the extractor way too early. Yep, since strap says Hitman, and Carlos Jaco was an assassin, so this was in fact meant to be based on Carlos Jaco. Okay, so okay, let me think. Unlike other games at the time that Macroprose did, such as Sword of Samurai, this game has it's basically repetition over and over. You get the case, you investigate, you make arrests. You do that over and over until the mastermind is arrested. Then a new chain begins. Otherwise, you'll keep chasing the same mastermind over and over until you arrest him. So basically, you keep doing that until you arrest all 24 masterminds, and as many agents as it takes in between then. So basically, that's Covert action in a nutshell. It's got a nice driving mini game. Let's see if I can actually. I'll show off the little mini games, rather the driving mini game. Okay, we'll have to go back in. Practice a skill. Local disturbance, just to show it off. And here we are showing the driving mini game, because we already seen the other ones. Now, with the driving mini game, you have to get to use two different cars. You have to consider what their strengths and their weaknesses are. Conspicuosity is low, which is great. So that's your first car. And tracking means you can actually track it. The car it dodges you. So we'll go with this. It's got a slower speed on it, but it has a tracking, and it's also got low. Trying to remember what the button was to switch. Oh, spacebar. Now the other car will do its own thing for a bit. So what you want to do is try to head them off at the pass. Ah, damn. Okay, so we'll practice again. Local disturbance. That's just when you want to tail them. It's usually easier just to do the tracer work that way. So we'll pick our things again. This time we'll do 2 fast cars. It always changes as well, so you don't always get to use the same ones over and over. And see, that icon's gone red, so that means she's been made. She's made them. But the target has made them, rather. Okay, we might be able to get the arrest here. Nope, she turned. Damn. Ah. Okay, so I'm gonna keep trying to do this in order to show what the arrest mode looks like. It's kind of hard. Okay, all of these have tracking. Speed up the game. Which way did he go? It's kind of RNG as well. You have to be lucky and hope that you can actually predict which way they're going. Okay, let's see. Here it is. Oh, well, she parked. Unfortunately, you know, if you manage to do it successfully, you end up seeing, you know, it's a message saying you run them off the road and make the arrest. And here is a global crisis version of the cryptography. As you can see here, it's all massive run-on, so you end up abusing the F1 autofon button. I just pressed it a few times to let it run its work. Let's see, was that the last one? Okay, so... It's really hard to tell because, like I said, it's all one huge run-on sentence. Okay, I think I see it now. Yep. Here. Oh, here it is. Whoops, that was a big mistake. I have to fix that in a moment. Yikes, this is going to be a pain to figure out which one I got wrong. Okay, I can see part of it now. Ah, here it is. And here it is. One huge renaissance. All true comrades admire your work in the Tel Aviv. Regards from your brothers in the Red Army. We welcome cooperation with the direct action. Greetings from Helsinki. Your support is essential in this operation. So, one huge run-on sentence. So, it's actually a combination of multiple ones. There's no actual plot here because it's just a practice. But that's Covert action. It's actually a really fun game from the 1990s, but it's, you know, Sid Meier has said in the past he installed a rule after the game was made called the Covert action rule, where he tries not to put too many mini games in it at once. But there it is, Covert action.